You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Folks, the NBA Finals went up. I'm Rhodes Rants, and I'm back for Black and White Sports. Oh my goodness. What a tangled web we weave when we choose to talk shit about the police, run our mouth about political figures in this country, an entire section of the country and their voting preferences, when we dox out policemen, when we do all the things that LeBron James has done. And guess what? The NBA ratings went up from last year's NBA Finals with LeBron James not involved. What is supposed to be, air quotes, the number one draw, the current version of his airness, right? That's Nike's current version of his airness. Wuhan James, LaChina James, was in the NBA Finals last year, and it seems that the finals game last night drew a higher rating with two small market teams involved. I believe I read Phoenix is the 13th largest market in the NBA, and the Bucks are way back at the back. And last year we had the Lakers. What was supposed to be, by the way, the Lakers franchise has now dropped, I believe, to third most valuable in the NBA. Think about that a minute. Who plays for him? LeBron James. He has done damage to the league. He drove fans away. LeBron James got eliminated, and the ratings went up. Again, two small market teams. My God. Let's get to this. Very quickly, make sure you go over and subscribe to Black and White Sports on podcast. Man, we are really growing over there on that podcast. 2 consecutive record-breaking weeks of growth for our podcast. Go over there, subscribe. We would greatly appreciate it. Let's get to these ratings. NBA Finals open ahead of 2020. The NBA Finals opened to a slightly larger TV audience than they did in 2020, continuing the league's postseason uptick. Ratings for Tuesday's broadcast, however, are still well behind. ABC's telecast of Game 1 between the Suns and the Bucks averaged 7.68 million in a time zone adjusted fast national ratings from Nielsen. That figure will likely rise a bit more in the final numbers due Thursday morning. I would guess somewhere up around 8 million, which will include out-of-home viewing. As it stands now, the game is up about 4% from last year, which attracted an all-time low of 7.41 million viewers for an NBA Finals. With streaming, it pushed that to 7.58. Okay, so it was still behind the first numbers even after the final numbers came in last year. The 2020 Finals, played in a fan-free bubble in Orlando, began on September 30th, nearly 4 months after their usual place on the calendar. Tuesday game, which comes about a month after the league's usual June burst start for the finals, is off by 43% to Game 1 of the 2019 series between the Warriors and the Raptors. This series is the first NBA Finals since 2010 to feature neither LeBron James nor Steph Curry. Improvement for the first game of the finals follows sizable ratings increases in earlier rounds. Through the conference final playoff contest, improved 35% over 2020 to 3.7 million. By the way, LaChina James was eliminated in the first round of the NBA playoffs. We did a video on that because the ratings went way up when Wuhan James got booted out of the NBA playoffs. I think it's hilarious, but I think it speaks to the damage done by LeBron James with all of his trash talk. All of his look, he's in China promoting Space Jam 2, the search for the Chinese dollar. I mean, everything that he did, attacking political parties, running his mouth about 45. I mean, all of his social justice crap. And LeBron James gets eliminated from the playoffs, and the NBA ratings went up. Now, look, is it a small increase? Yeah. But again, we're talking about a much smaller market. The Lakers are supposed to be the Dallas Cowboys of the NBA. Think about that. The LA Lakers, with what is supposed to be the most popular player in the league, and the ratings went up without him or that team being involved. I think that speaks volumes to how unlikable and how distasteful LeChina James is and the way fans feel about him. I've said, and guys, I'm still not watching the NBA Finals. I'm not watching the NBA. But it speaks to what Matrix and myself have said many times. The NBA will never heal until Adam Silver is gone and LeBron James retires. Some fans will never come back. And look, some fans will never come back if they don't, at some point, sever that involvement with China. But they make so much money from that, it will never happen. Remember Nike the other day? Their audience, their demo is in China. Well, who do you think the NBA works for? They work for Nike. There you go. Tell me what you think, and LeBron James is their biggest spokesperson. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.